All right, let's rock and roll. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how I went from this photo on the left right here, unconfident, really just hating the way I looked, out of shape, over to now where I'm at now, a lot more muscle and loving the way I look, a lot more confident, right? So I'm going to show you guys exactly how I transformed my physique, lost 10% of my body fat and packed on 35 pounds of lean muscle in 180 days while still eating the foods that I love. Let's get right into it. So before, I had no idea what to eat or what the right diet was. I was constantly switching up. I've tried everything from vegan to carnivore and everything in between. I was constantly switching up my workouts, always trying to do every exercise. I remember I would write myself like a back and bi workout, and I would put in 15 to 20 different exercises because I thought I had to hit every possible muscle group from every possible angle. And lastly, I was struggling with confidence in the way I looked and unable to find a sustainable approach. Like I said, I was hopping back and forth from diet routine to training routine, constantly just switching it up to find what I thought would work best. And lastly, struggling with confidence in the way I looked and unable to find a sustainable approach. Was never happy with the body I had, constantly switching up the diet and training routine, like I said, and just really was never able to put myself in the right direction. And then afterwards, where I'm at now in the second photo, I nailed down a straightforward diet that has worked for me. I now know exactly what to eat, when to eat. I built a solid workout routine that brought me real results and confidence. I now know exactly what I need to do in the gym. I know how to train properly to get the physique that I want, to get the results that I want. And I was able to find the task that had maximum leverage on my physique. There's the basics that go into fitness, but there's also these little tasks that we can do throughout the day that actually accelerate our progress even more. And I was able to figure these out to help me make even more progress. So who is this for? If you're sick of the physique you see every time you look in the mirror and you know you're capable of more, this is for you. If you're fed up with being constantly exhausted and tired of letting your health slide, this is also for you. If you're ready to develop your mindset and build discipline that allows you to keep progressing when things get tough, this is for you. If you're looking for a sustainable eating solution so you can break free from binge eating and yo-yo dieting, this is for you. And if you're ready to take control of your life and be a person that people look up to, this is for you. Now let's see who this isn't for. So, if you're looking for some quick fix to get in shape, this is not for you. If you're looking to be committed during the week but then completely let loose on the weekends, this is not for you. If you can't make the time for your health and expect results without effort, this isn't for you. If you're not willing to accept delayed gratification for a life-changing transformation, then this isn't for you. If you're looking to get in great shape but not build habits that will stick long-term, then this definitely isn't for you. So, now here's the truth. Everyone thinks eating healthy is too expensive. You need to work 2 hours a day and do a bunch of cardio in order to get your dream physique. Really, that's not true at all. It really comes down to some basics. You need to find a nutrient-dense, sustainable meal plan that you enjoy eating year-round. That's most important. If you don't like what you're doing, then you're not going to stick to it. You don't need to eat boring meals or give up your favorite foods to make amazing progress. You just have to find balance and moderation. Everything in moderation, right? You need to find effective strength training workouts that force muscle growth. You need to know what you're doing in the gym so you can produce the results that you want. The gym doesn't have to be your life. It can be a part of your lifestyle. People get caught up and think that they need to be in the gym for 3 hours a day, be on the treadmill doing cardio for hours a day. And that just isn't true. It comes down to the basics. And once you know how to master the basics and squeeze them into your lifestyle the right way, into your schedule, things become a lot easier, okay? But don't worry, I'm not going to let that happen to you. You don't have to live like a bodybuilder to get in the shape you want and love the way that you look. You just need to optimize a few key factors around your lifestyle. The real issue is most people have built habits that are working against them. All it takes is replacing these bad habits with good ones that serve them in a positive way. So you can see over here on the left, this is where I was. I was in high school. I used to drink a lot. Just really was not in a good position. Kind of transformed my life, started eating right, and now this is where I'm at today, looking a lot better. I'm up to almost 200 pounds now, still going. And if you want that person to be you, I'll show you exactly how to drop fat and build muscle without giving up your favorite foods, create a results-driven workout program that fits into your busy life, break through mental barriers that are holding you back from losing the weight for good, and be extremely effective with the time you have to optimize those results. And in case you don't know me, here's a brief backstory about how I got here, all right? So I was always involved in sports growing up. I played soccer for like 15 years of my life, so always fairly active, but never really in the gym as much, right? Always just more cardio, I guess. I never fully took control of my diet, so I always had a skinny fat look. Like I said, I never really was in the gym either, so that on top of me eating kind of whatever I want just gave me this skinny fat look that you see here that I wasn't really happy with. I began to dive into the fitness and nutrition world. I got certified as a personal trainer. I worked at a gym for about a year, a little over, and helped over 50 clients in that process. And that's kind of when I realized that, there's something not working here. Whenever you meet with a client in person, it's you send them on their way after, and that's it. Like, you can't help them outside of the gym. And that's actually where the most results are made, the most progress is made. I found the highest leverage habits that actually made a difference in my life. Like I said, finding these little tasks that you can do throughout the day to just kind of enhance them will allow you to accelerate your progress even more. I got into calisthenics, CrossFit competitions, and marathons. So I started out with calisthenics when I first started working out. I actually probably did that for about a year. Switched it over, started doing CrossFit. I've done various different training styles. I've done hybrid, CrossFit, like I said, calisthenics, the bodybuilder approach, all that stuff. And then I actually ran a marathon. This was last year now. And that was the first time I ever did that. And that was a great experience for me. I think it's a great feeling when you can push yourself outside of your comfort zone and get something done that you know you can do, but you didn't want to in the first place. All right. So the Fit for Life method is the system that I built through my own trial and error by experimenting with various types of diets and training methods to figure out exactly the best way to build an incredible physique without making the gym your life. And now I've decided to break it all down for you for free. So in these following steps, I'll outline the entire process A to Z of what I did to accomplish these results so you can too use my Fit for Life method to shred unwanted fat and build a physique you love without giving up your favorite foods. The Fit for Life method. Simplify the process, amplify the results, right? It may not be easy, but it is simple, okay? So first off, you have to shatter limiting beliefs. This is understanding your current state. You have to know where you are now, and then you have to determine your desired state. Where do you want to go from here? Right? If you don't know that, you can't really create a system that helps you get there if you don't know what you're even looking for. You don't know what your goals are. Lastly, you got to figure out your why. Why are you doing this in the first place? Why do you want this goal that you just created, right? You have to figure that out, or else it doesn't have as much meaning to it. Second, get in the right lane. You have to create yourself a plan, like I just said. Once you develop these goals that you have in mind, you have to create yourself a plan, or else how are you going to get there? You have to develop daily habits, things you're going to do that are going to put you in the right direction of these big goals that you have in mind. If you say you want to get in shape, but you only want to eat healthy once a week, that's not going to work, right? This is a daily process. You have to find what works for you. Lastly, build discipline here. If you're just relying on motivation, it's not going to work, plain and simple. You have to be able to do the work, get it done, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired, all that stuff, right? Third, we got refine your eating habits. You have to be smart about what you eat, right? What you put in your body matters. It's going to play a big role in the way you look, the way you feel, and create a flexible approach. You don't have to eat the perfect diet. There is no perfect diet. Everything in moderation. If you don't like the process that you have in place, then how are you going to stick to it, right? And fourth, we got train with intention. Notice how this is last, right? Most people think the gym is all of what it takes, right? But it's really probably the last thing you should add on. You got to focus on progressive overload. This is increasing the amount of strain you're putting on your muscles week after week, and this is usually done by increasing in weight, reps, or sets. You have to train with intensity. The harder you push, the better results you're going to get. You can't just do a set and feel like I did a little bit of work, I'll rest a little bit, get it done. You have to train with intention, or else you're not going to get the results you're looking for. Very simple. Maximize your results. This is inside the gym and outside of the gym. You have to prioritize your recovery. That's going to help you maximize those results, okay? Now, let me show you how I optimized each stage of the system to finally achieve the physique I had always dreamed of and break past my plateau. I stopped hating the person I saw in the mirror and finally felt good about the way I looked. So the first phase is the deconstruction phase. I shattered all my limiting beliefs. I had an honest self-evaluation of my current state and what I needed to change. I didn't have the best daily habits in place, right? Like I said, I would drink a lot. I wasn't eating the best foods. I was watching TV a lot, just not really doing much with my life. And it showed physically and mentally the way I felt. I watched too much TV, and I knew I was falling short of my potential, like I just said. Constantly just scrolling on my phone, watching TV, not listening to anything productive, even when I was watching TV, just going in the complete opposite direction of what I needed to do. So what I do from here, I figured out my why. For me, it was the confidence. I lacked so much confidence in my old physique. I wanted abs. I wanted to hit PRs. I wanted to bench 225. I think that was like one of the first goals I had in the gym. I wanted to increase my health. I wanted to increase the way I felt. I saw all these people online, shredded, looking great, looking like they were living the best lives. And yeah, I wanted that too. And then lastly, success. I think health is the baseline or the foundation for all success. You can't really succeed too much. You can succeed without health, but eventually it'll catch up to you, and then you're only going to have one goal, which is to get yourself healthy again. I cut out any vices and excuses. I stopped telling myself that this was the way it had to be. I wasn't meant to be fit. I wasn't meant to be in this position that I dreamed of, And I stopped holding myself back mentally. I cut out any vices. I stopped watching TV as much. I stopped drinking as much. I replaced those with better habits. I determined my desired outcome and what that looked like. For me, like I said, I wanted the confidence, abs, the PRs, the health, the success, I wanted to thrive in life. I knew I was missing something, and I knew this is where I needed to start, right? So you can see here, I wrote this a few years back when I first started. You can either experience the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The choice is yours. I love that quote, and that stuck with me. I still have that in my journal today. All right, next phase, we got the building phase. Got in the right lane. I created a new plan of how to get my desired outcome. I started doing a lot of research on what to do in the gym, how to perform, what to do with my diet, all that good stuff. I acquired daily habits. I started eating better, started working out every day, started drinking more water, started getting better sleep, started increasing my step count. I built discipline, and I did not rely on motivation. There were so many days that I did not want to go to the gym at all, but I still did, and it's because I know how I'm going to feel afterwards, and that's what I would keep in the back of my mind. I don't think, in the moment, it's going to suck sometimes. You're not going to always want to go to the gym, but you have to learn to get around that and not rely on motivation, rely on discipline, rely on your mental strength. I surrounded myself with like-minded people. At first, when I got in this journey, I tried to get my friends over to work out with me, and it just wouldn't happen. I sought a new group. I joined a CrossFit gym. I got around like-minded people. Before that, I joined a regular gym, and even that, just being in that environment, it motivated me even more to become a better person. And lastly, the trajectory started to shift, right? Like I acquired these daily habits, and I slowly started to see changes in my physique. This was after a couple months here. I gained 18 pounds here. You can notice from that first photo, start to see the six-pack a little bit. Chest is coming in. Arms are looking a bit better. This was the first start of my progress and where I really started to feel better about myself because of that. It's a lot harder to stay motivated and stay disciplined when you don't see progress. So keep going until you do. Trial by error. I watched a lot of people online giving unrealistic expectations. Whenever you're scrolling on Instagram, people only want you to see what they want you to see. A lot of people are on steroids now, and they won't tell you that they are. That's going to give you a false image in your head of what this should look like. Time frame. People lie. They'll say I did this in 30 days when it was actually like a 5-year transformation, giving you unrealistic expectations. And lastly, lighting. Like, you can make a huge difference on the way you look. I tried every diet I could think of. Like I said, this is when I was vegan. Here's one of the meals that I would have. And then I tried carnivore or animal-based. So I've done everything from those two and in between. Like I said, I wanted to experiment with what would make me feel the best, what would make me look the best, all that stuff. I experimented with ranges of 2 to 7 workout days per week. So I've tried literally everything that you could think of to see what worked best and what would give me the best results. And honestly, it's something that you can stick to. Like you can get results on 2 and 7 workout days per week. It's just what you can stick to, what your goals are. All that stuff's going to kind of come into play. I found the perfect balance of training and recovery, right? It's not all just training, right? You have to recover the days in between. You have to know how much time you need to recover in between sessions and in between sets as well. Figured out how to stay fit when on the go. This is going on vacation or even just going out to eat. I figured out what would work best for me, what I am allowed to have that still allows me to stay within my guidelines, and I was able to still make progress with this. So next we got the refining phase. So I changed up my eating habits. I started prioritizing protein in each of my meals. When I first started working out, I wouldn't care. I would never even think about protein. I would just eat to eat because I thought you just needed calories. I never actually even knew what protein, fats, and carbs really did for you. I drank at least a gallon of water every single day. Most people really underestimate the amount they should be having. Water is crucial. Your body's 60% water. Your muscles are 70% water. So kind of put that into perspective. If you're dehydrated, you're just dehydrating your entire body, lowering your energy levels. You're just not helping with anything. I figured out how to still eat the foods that I love. I eat chocolate almost every night, no lie. This brand right here, Taza, I love it. Put a little bit of honey on it and we're good. That's all I need. Whatever your fix is, you can figure out how to fit it in as long as you follow a couple other rules. It's not that you can't eat the foods you want. It's just that you can't eat as much of them as you want. I made smart choices when eating out. Like I said, I prioritize my protein, scan the menu for healthier options, try not to go as crazy on the carbs, eat a lot of fruits and veggies. Do what you can when you go out. You can still make it work. I introduced time-restricted eating during fat loss stages. So whenever I was trying to cut, it's also called intermittent fasting, if any of you have heard of that. You restrict your eating window to, typically most people do an 8-hour eating window. So what you do is typically fast for the first 5 hours of the day. Give yourself only 8 hours of the day to eat food in that time frame. And it basically will help prevent you from overeating and binge eating, and also help you feel more full from having less calories. I started training with intention, right? I made a scheduled workout plan tailored to my goals, right? Everybody has different goals. The same training program for a bodybuilder is not going to be the same for somebody who wants to be a hybrid athlete, right? Two totally different things. I started tracking my workouts. Knowing what you did the week prior is very crucial because that tells you what you should be doing this new week. It's going to let you know if you got stronger as well. I mastered the basic movement patterns. You can see all these crazy exercises online, people just showing you a bunch of stuff to make it look cool, whatever it is. But you really need to master the basic movement patterns of push, pull, squat, hinge, and lunge. I might be missing one, but those are the basic movement patterns. I figured out what caused the most muscle growth and how to leverage that, right? So focusing on compound lifts, knowing when to put in those isolated exercises and where to put them in the workout, knowing how many sets to do, how many reps to do, how to train to failure, all that stuff, proper technique. I found the optimal balance of lifting and cardio. Now, cardio is not a necessary thing, that's for sure, but it is very beneficial. I myself love to do cardio because just the way I feel after, and I know what it's doing to my body. Sometimes less is more. I used to waste hours in the gym overtraining, trying every exercise possible, and yet had no tangible results that I could be proud of. I was never satisfied with the person I saw in the mirror, spending so much time figuring out what the best methods were, trying every diet under the sun. I realized that more isn't always better, and I found a comprehensive, long-term approach that effortlessly gave me the results I was looking for. I reshaped my mindset, developed a healthy relationship with food, and used fitness to enhance my life rather than consume it. Now I live every day in my dream physique and say yes to everything life has to offer, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to help others do the same. Over here, so I got a couple clients of mine. Here is one, Cliff. He started with me a little over a year ago. He actually was well into the 200s, and now he is down to, I want to say, he's in his 160s now, actually, and he's in his 60s, so age is just a number, you guys. It doesn't really matter. And we got another client of mine over here. This is just 2 months. She actually just started not too long ago with me. It's fairly new. And look at this. You can notice the midsection already slimming down. The cellulite coming off of her legs. Everything is slimming down. She's feeling great about the way she looks now. Super proud of her. And then here's one of my buddies. He started at, I don't even know, I want to say 120s, 130s. He's up to 160 now, looking completely shredded, right? And I've just helped him along his way in the gym. I go with him, and I've helped him out with his diet, little tips here and there. But it just shows you guys, you stick with it. The hard work and dedication is going to pay off. I promise you. Okay, so now that you understand exactly how this process works, I have an offer for you. If you're tired of almost being in shape, tired of the way you feel and look, unable to master your understanding of food, and are looking to lose fat and keep it off, you're ready to transform your mind and body, I'm going to put a link in the description so you guys can book a call with me if you like. We'll talk about your goals, your struggles, and the best game plan for you, so we can help you guys get rid of that unwanted fat and pack on lean muscle without giving up your favorite foods through my Fit for Life method. All right? Hope you guys learned a lot through this one. And even if you don't end up signing up, I want to see you crush it. Reach out to me with any questions. Let's go kill it.